Welcome back. If you ever told me I'd agree with Jimmy Carter on something, on a whole bunch of somethings, I would have laughed at you. Absolutely ridiculous. Well, that day has come. Former President Jimmy Carter sat down for an interview with the New York Times, and you won't believe what he said. He said, and I quote here, "I don't think there's any evidence that what the Russians did changed enough votes, or any votes." Well, would you look at that, a Democrat looking at the evidence. President Carter went on to say, we, meaning he and his wife Rosalind, we voted for Sanders. Let's repeat that just for the fun of it, just so we're clear. President Jimmy Carter and his wife did not vote for Hillary Clinton in the primaries. Her own party doesn't even like her. President Carter doesn't like Obama either, apparently. This is what Carter said about Obama. He made some very wonderful statements, in my opinion, when he first got to office, and then he reneged on that. Now, President Carter was talking about Obama's policy in the Middle East. I don't think Obama made any wonderful statements. I think his policy was bad from the beginning. When you pull troops prematurely from Iraq, it leaves a power vacuum, and we saw that for ourselves. The reason ISIS was able to metastasize in that region was partly due to Obama's horrible foreign policy of basing his decisions on polling, the popularity of his talking points, versus taking the advice on war strategy from his generals. But you get the point. President Carter even defended Trump in this interview. He said, "I think the media has been harder on Trump than any other president, certainly that I've known about. I think they feel free to claim that Trump is mentally deranged and everything else without hesitation." Trump derangement syndrome, it's called. And finally, President Carter, remember, this is one of the most liberal presidents we've ever seen. He says, "I think NFL players ought to find a different way to object, to demonstrate. I would rather see all the players stand during the American anthem."